Hi, I'm Scarlett Francis and I'm your Global Kitchen Kid. Now today's episode, we're going to be visiting France for crepes. Crepes, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Okay, today we're going to do strawberry and blueberry crepe with nice vanilla cream inside. And we're going to start off with the crepe batter right now. So I have 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 1/3 cup of milk. Okay, to start off, we're gonna crack our eggs into a nice big bowl. I'm gonna take my whisk and I'm just gonna whisk them up. Nice so they're nice and fluffy. All right. We don't want to get too much air in there, of course, though, because we're making a crepe, so it has to be thin and not puffed like cake. So just whisk it until it's all combined. Then add in our butter. 1 tablespoon of butter, melted butter, sorry. 1/4 cup of sugar, regular sugar, and whisk that together. Now that that's done, you're gonna add in your milk. Whisk that together until it's an even pale color. Now we're gonna mix together our flour and salt, just briefly. Okay, now add that in. Okay, now whisk it back together. And the consistency of the crepe batter should be just a bit thinner than your average pancake batter if you ever made pancakes. Okay, now it is a little bit lumpy, so you just have to keep whisking it. To know if you have a perfect consistency, just dip your spoon in, and if it runs like that, it's perfect. And so see, some stays on the spoon. That's perfect. Okay, and so while you're preparing your filling, you should let this rest. So make the crepe batter ahead and then do your filling, because this is gonna make just a better batter. So now we're gonna start on the filling. Now this is pretty sweet fruit, so I'm not using a whole lot of sugar. But first here I have some water that's simmering. It's about 2 tablespoons of water there. And I have about 3 tablespoons of sugar here. And now I'm going to add my sugar to the water. And then just mix it. And what this is going to do is it's going to dissolve the sugar and make a little bit of a sauce to coat the strawberries and the blueberries. So cook this mixture for about 3 minutes.
Okay, good.
So now after about 3 minutes of just simmering the simple syrup, that's what it's called, water and sugar. Now I'm just gonna add in my strawberries. Carefully tip it back so nothing splats and hits you. Okay. And then mix it with the spoon. And now I have not added the blueberries because the blueberries cook much quicker than the strawberries. If I put them in now, the blueberries are just going to turn into syrup. And we want them to hold their shape. And then here I have a teaspoon of vanilla extract I'm going to add later on. And so you want to let the strawberries cook for about 5 to 7 minutes until they're slightly softened. And then we're going to add in our blueberries. So this is after about 5 minutes. So you just want to cook it until they're nice and soft, not to where it's like a jam or anything like that. And you can see there's more liquid now because the strawberries have kind of released some of their liquid, which is good. And now we're going to add in blueberries. Okay, and we're going to add in our teaspoon of vanilla extract. This gives it another dimension of flavor. And then, right now, you could add some lemon juice or orange juice, but I think it's fun because this fruit is perfect amount of sweet and sour. So I'm gonna let this cook just for about a minute. So now that it looks like this, so the blueberries are slightly softened, but they're not turned into mush, it's done. So you can just turn that off and put it into a bowl and just let it cool. And then we're gonna make the crepes now. Okay, so now I just put some butter in the pan. It's heated up and melted and evenly distributed. You can use some like non-stick cooking spray or oil, but anything that you have. And I have like a small ladle here. And what I'm gonna do, oh, this is not a crepe pan. I did not have a crepe pan, but this works fine. You just need a pan that's kind of wide and is light so you can move it around. So I have my ladle ready with my batter. I'm just gonna put it in all around and wave this around. And you want it on a nice low heat so you can get a nice even crepe. So just kind of go like this around until there's no batter left. Until where it's like cooked on. And then just let it do its thing, turn the heat up a little bit, and let it cook. Now, with those crepes over there, with these crepes, I made a mistake. The batter was too thick, and when I put it in, the heat was too hot. So it didn't get a nice big crepe. I didn't get a nice big crepe. But this one has worked well. So I'm gonna wait until I see nice bubbles and pops around that. You see I got one right there, but I want a little bit more. And then we're gonna flip it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna flip it with the pan. I'm gonna flip it with a spatula. So now at this point, when it's nice and golden brown, it's ready. Put it on there, and I'll keep cooking these up. So now that I finished my last crepe, I'm gonna turn off my heat, just fold that, and we're gonna start on our vanilla whipped cream. So now we're just gonna finish everything off with our nice vanilla whipped cream. And it's only 3 ingredients. So here I have about 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 pint of heavy whipping cream, and then about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And now I'm going to pour my heavy cream into my mixer. And add in my sugar. Now we don't want it to be too sweet because, you know, we have all this other stuff with it. And then our vanilla extract. Then just put on low to mix everything, and then as it gets thicker, go higher. Because if you put it on high, it's going to splash all over you, so you don't want that, of course. So let this go for about not even 5 minutes. So keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't over whip. Alright, that's done. So now when you know it's ready, when you pull it up, and as you can see inside, see it made a dent and it's not moving. So that's done. Delicious. We're gonna start on assembling our crepes. So we take 1 crepe, and then we put some of our fruit filling. Try not to get too much of the juice or else it's gonna be a little soggy. You want some of it, but not too much of it. And I like to eat it when the filling is still slightly warm, but not to where it's piping hot. So filling is in. Then we take our whipped cream and just put it on inside. Nice and even. It's going to give a nice creamy texture when you bite into it. Okay. And then you just kind of go like this and bring everything back. And then we just take it and we roll. Shh, don't tell nobody. Okay. And then you can finish it with a nice dollop. Whipped cream. Little mini. I'm gonna dig into this. So I'm gonna cut this open first, show you what it looks like on the inside. Now I kind of scrape the filling out, but see there's filling and then there's cream. Get some crepe. We got filling. Oh my goodness. Does it not want to come on? Here we go. Stubborn blueberries. I should use a spoon. But, let me tell you, that is delicious. It has a nice creaminess from the cream. I mean, it's in the name. And then you have like the nice fruitiness. It gives a great sweetness and great texture. So when you bite on it, it's not just mush. It's delicious. And the crepes are perfect. They're not too chewy or too dense. Perfect. Goodbye, I'm Scarlett Francis and I'm your Global Kitchen Kid. Please subscribe and like this video and make it because it is delicious. And experiment. Don't just do strawberries and blueberries. Do peaches and raspberries. Do whatever the heck you want. Okay?